Welcome back, everybody, to The Real Frame of Mind presents If You Ask Me, where we take old school movies and review them, a little bit newer school, whatever. Stuff that's not in the theaters, okay? Anyways, in honor of the late, great Heath Ledger, bow our heads.
What did we do?
We're coming up on the 9th anniversary of his 9-year anniversary of his death. We are going to review A Knight's Tale.
Yeah! I'm not joining in on this.
Come on, man. I think A Knight's Tale is super fun. Directed by Brian Helgeland, who actually wrote L.A. Confidential, Man on Fire, I believe. A lot of decent movies. I think he was screenwriter for Green Zone, maybe. A lot of movies. You should check this guy out. Mm-hmm. But like a movie that we kind of just talked about, or in a different review, check it out. La La Land, how it mixes old school with new school. I think this movie does it, and it does it pretty well.
Definitely.
What was your guys' first opinions on this movie after watching it again after some time?
I think because obviously I originally watched it when I was a little bit more of a naive movie watcher, and
we're enlightened.
Yeah,
it's 2001 release.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was just fun, a fun time for me, maybe, you know what I mean? And I'm not the biggest fan of period piece movies. I feel like if I had to pick, that's my least favorite genre of film.
Right.
And but this one does a nice way to. It doesn't really feel like one. It bridges modern. Obviously, you got modern music in there. You got stuff that Damon hates. but it definitely bridges it. And I mean, you got a great cast too. So I enjoyed the film more so the second time than I originally did. I think I appreciated it more.
Damon?
It is definitely a fun movie. That's pretty much all I got. It's fun. It's not like my favorite movie of all time. It's probably not anywhere near the top of my favorite movies of all time. But it was fun.
How would we find that out?
Yeah. We'll never know.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. I like a lot of the actors that were in it. They didn't do exceptionally well jobs or to the extent that they could, but it was good. I liked it. I mean, that's all I got.
I mean, I will say that I love Heath Ledger as a leading man. I think he's perfect for this role of that knight, or not even a knight, someone who's a lesser nobility, and
I mean, he was rocking the dreads in the beginning.
Yeah,
it was a good
and
look.
that beard, that blonde beard,
scraggly looking fucking.
But what I love is the little entourage that he puts together.
Oh, yeah.
Like Paul Bettany and I'm blanking on the guy's name. Mark Addy.
Addy and
Alan Tudyk.
Yep, Alan Tudyk.
Oh yeah, Alan. Yeah.
Alan Tudyk's my dude.
That's right, dude. And I love the way those guys mesh. Because you have Paul Bettany as this shyster, who's just in it to get a buck, and then obviously he has his enlightenment and all that stuff. But then you got the love story, which I think is it's all right. The love story,
it's there.
But the center of this movie is jousting, and man, do they make it look freaking awesome.
Yeah, they do.
Dude, the jousting is insanely good. I mean, it's not going to match what you see with, Game of Thrones nowadays.
Yeah.
But, before we've seen that, I mean, our eyes have seen that on screen. It was so much fun to watch that work, and just I love it because it's a drama, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. It has a lot of good comedy.
Yeah, there's some. It's very heavy on the comedy at some points.
Definitely.
There's Paul Bettany just walking down the trail naked.
Yeah.
And they're just like, hey, what are you doing?
I'd like to argue that I think this is one of Paul Bettany's greatest performances. Going back and watching it, the speeches that he has to give.
Oh yeah, the monologues he gives her.
They're just amazing, and they're just performed so well.
It is the same monologue every time, though. So.
Well, yeah, but it's just
parts to it.
Even when I first watched it, I remember man, that guy's just so cool. I just think he's just such a suave, cocky dude. You know what I mean? And I was and that carried over for me, just liking Paul Bettany in other movies, just innately, even if they're bad movies.
You mentioned Game of Thrones, and Mark Addy's in Game of Thrones.
He was.
Oh yeah.
Robert Baratheon.
Yeah. Man, a couple of scenes that I just absolutely love is with Paul Bettany in it, and he you know, when he gets punched by one of the dudes, and then he's teaching him how to dance, and then like he's hitting with the beat with that stick on that, I don't know what it is, like some sort of like bucket.
Yeah.
And then he just starts saying like, you can hit me all you want because you punch like a girl.
Which is Alan Tudyk, dude.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk was like the enforcer or something.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And then they have that moment where they come up with that song, you know, he makes a lot of money, Liechtenstein, you know, it's so great, man. I think it's well written. You know, obviously the guy who wrote LA Confidential, I mean, personally with this genre, I don't think he really missed a beat. You know, the only downside to the movie is that like the bad guy is like the mustache twirling bad guy, and it's like, hey, you know.
Yeah, it is a very basic villain.
But
like,
man,
almost very like Robin Hood, like almost a very Robin Hood movie.
Yeah.
Like just like the interactions between him and the girl who I don't know the name of for the life of me.
Keep talking and I'll look at
The
it.
actress?
Yeah, well, the actress or her character name.
Shannon Soseman?
Yeah.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's interactions with her was very Robin Hood. The villain was very like, you know, I can't remember the villain from fucking Robin Hood. Jesus, I don't know why I brought this analogy up. I don't know
Little
anything about
John?
it.
No, yeah,
No,
is it
Little John
John?
was- Little
no,
John
Little
was his
John's
buddy.
Yeah.
That was more like the Mark Eddy character was like Little John.
It was.
No, it's like Prince John or whatever.
Yeah, his name is
yeah,
John.
it's-
And are you thinking of John because of Robin Hood Men in Tights right now?
No, I'm thinking of
Well, that's
Robin Hood. I'm thinking of the animated version.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Kevin Costner version.
We're all over the board. We'll save Robin Hood for a different day.
Yeah.
But speaking of Kevin
That's a different
Costner.
story.
That's great.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, this film, I think it gets some praise, you know, 6.9. I know Roger Ebert gave it like 3 out of 4. I know he liked it. And then it doesn't hit well with some other people, but,
Yeah.
you know, for me, I'll go back to this movie, and it's just one of those nice, it's like the rainy Sunday afternoon movies you can pop in, you know, have a little candy, and just sit back and relax and enjoy the movie. It is a little bit longer, but... man, at the end there, when he just yells out his name so his blind dad can hear it. Spoiler alert! Oh man, I
thought that was. I didn't like realize that was why he was doing it.
Oh,
So I was just like, why the fuck did he just yell his name?
it's
like
so.
William.
It's so
like,
great.
What the hell?
Anyways,
great.
let's grade this biscuit. I'll go first, man. I'm gonna give this movie a solid B, dude. I really enjoy this movie. Nothing that I would sit there and say, you know, throw awards at, but like,
Yeah.
I love Heath Ledger. He's got a lot of I don't know, moxie. So
Yeah. I mean, I think this is like the main film that kind of just put him in that leading man role. You know what I mean? Yeah, it sucks. His career was cut short, but yeah, I mean, it definitely. B. B minus.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna go C plus.
All right. We'll take it.
Yeah.
That was A Knight's Tale. R.I.P. Heath Ledger. January 22nd of 2008.
Yep.
Still loving his movies, man. 10 Things I Hate About You. We posted that video of him singing in that movie on our Facebook page, which is The Real Frame of Mind. Check us out on Facebook. Please give us a like. Please subscribe, comment, share, and subscribe.
And stay subscribed.
That's right.
Don't unsubscribe. I know we talk about wrestling every once in a while, but you can still just watch. You don't have to watch them. It's fine.
That's
I don't
right.
care. Or you can watch wrestling. That's cool too.
Bye.
I'm just gonna keep talking.
Bye. Goodbye. Shit.